This is your beloved Minister Austin Smith with ZMR Radio on the Wake Up Call. Wake up. Wake up. It's high time. All right, we do always rise, giving all the kabod and the kabod, which is the glory and the honor to the Most High Yah through his being Yahusha Mashyach, which is his son who came down and ransomed himself for our sins and our transgressions, that we might have the opportunity to take on life. I appreciate another chance and another opportunity to be before you all to bring forth the bar, which is the word. And I applaud, which is pray that it be a benefit to you, that it help you and aid you in your fight against sin and our aids and our endeavor to try to obtain eternal life. Go ahead and get me that Romans chapter 15:4. Listen to the book.
For whatever Nikatab before, Nikatab to Lamadas.
So we have the things that were written before to teach us, to instruct us. Come on.
So that through endurance and through the Nakumath of the Ketubim, we might have Tikva.
So the thing is what we have is we have a reminder of why it is that we use the things that were written aforetime. The other week, I was watching the last broadcast that aired, ironically, and I was looking at what it was that I was showing, and I realized that sometimes what happened is as we're going, sometimes you might be able to notice, you might hear me interrupt that when I'm going, it's because stuff just comes to my mind, and the way my mind will work, I'll see so many different things at one time, and what I want to make sure that I'm mindful of is that I don't just say something and not give people the opportunity to be able to see what it is that I see. I don't want to paint you a picture and not allow you to be able to get the full view, because especially with the things that were written aforetime, how we look at how important they were, I want to make sure that I allow you to be able to see it too. And I think that that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't really hold to the word too, if I be honest about it. I think that the reason why a lot of people hold back from really walking in what it is that they've been told is because they don't truly have a true view of how useful it is or how everything works and how everything ties in together. But nonetheless, we were reading at the third chapter of the book of Yahuah, I think about verse 14. And we were talking about the serpent, the Nakash, that was in the Bamad that Mashyach had made. Matter of fact, get me that, should be Bamad bar 21:9. 21:1. Book of Bamad, they don't call that the book of Numbers.
What chapter again?
21. A lot of times what happened is people will know highlights of things, but without being able to get that full scope. It's just like this. The reason why a lot of people, like even with sports, how they debate who's the greatest, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, a lot of times what really comes in to give people that belief of why this person was the greatest is based off of what you're seeing. For a lot of the younger generation, older people will say, well, how you going to say that this person is greater than Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan, the greatest that ever did it. And that's because what the younger people have is nothing but highlights. We didn't see the full game. We didn't watch Michael Jordan do this. We didn't watch him win all these games and accomplish these championships and feel it in real time. But what we have is we had the people that we see in front of us. So with the word, what it gives us the opportunity to be able to see is not just the highlights, but really get the whole story, get the full picture of what it is that the people that came before us had to endure. So now when we say that these people were great, now we realize, okay, they were great based upon what? They weren't just great based upon those highlights, but let's look at what they suffered too. Let's not just go off the fact of, oh, he's got this many championships. Let's look at what did he go through? What did he suffer? What did he suffer and still maintain and was able to achieve those achievements? But nonetheless, go ahead and give me that Bamad bar 21:1.
Yes, sir.
Listen to the book.
When the Canaanite, the Malak of Arad, who Kai in the Negev, Shammah that Yasharal was coming by the Durak of Atharim.
He heard that they were coming.
Then he fought against Yasharal and took some of them captive. So Yasharal made a vow to Yahuah and said, if you shall indeed deliver this arm into my hand, then I shall utterly destroy their cities.
You know what? A lot of people, they know, like even we were just talking about those highlights. We know about them coming out of Mizraim, and we know how Yahuah delivered them out of the hand of Pharaoh. But the thing is we don't realize there was still a lot of other fights that they had to go through. Even with us in our walk that we tried to obtain salvation, though we have been delivered from some situations that might have looked like, oh, this was drastic, and then we might think, okay, well, it should be easy from here. No, it's still gonna be some stuff you're gonna have to fight and endure. Come on.
Yahuah Shammah the call of Yasharal and
he heard the voice of Yasharal
and delivered up the Canaanites. Then they utterly destroyed them in their cities. Thus the Shem of the Malchun was Karma,
So the thing is what the reason why they were able to get that deliverance is because they called upon Yahuah, and not just that they called, but he heard them. So the thing is the reason why we don't get delivered from the things that we're crying out for is because are we living in the situation where he hears our cry? The thing is when we don't get that help and that deliverance that we're looking for, it's not going to be because he's not able. It's going to be because you have separated yourself between you and him. Read that last verse again for me.
Yes, sir. Yahuah Shammah the call of Yasharal.
He heard the call. He heard the cry.
And delivered up the Canaanites.
And delivered the Canaanites into their hands.
Then they utterly destroyed them and their cities.
Utterly destroyed it. There was nothing left. They utterly destroyed it. That means it's completely ruined.
Thus the Shem of the Malkum was Karma.
And that word right there, that means utter destruction. That's what it means. That's why they named it after that, because they know what they had just done. We utterly destroyed it. So what else would it mean? What else would we call it? But utter destruction. Come on.
Then they set out from Hor by the Darak of the Red Yam to go around the Arats of Edom, and the Nephish of the became impatient because of the journey.
So what we see right here is what happened with them. Though they had came out of Mizraim, they were delivered from the Mizrahites, then Yahuah had just delivered the Canaanites into their hands, so that way they could utterly destroy them. But what happened? What did they do?
Then they set out from Hor by the Darak of the Red Yam.
They left from the mount
to go around the Arats of Edom, and the Nephish of the became impatient because of the journey.
And the souls of them became impatient because of the journey. So the thing is guess what? We realized that though they had just got all these things, they still became impatient. So guess what happened with a lot of us? We'll see Yahuah delivering, he'll work things for us, but we'll become impatient and we'll say, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was gonna be like this, but let's see what happened.
The spoke against Elohim and against Mushah.
And they began to speak against Elohim and Mushah.
Why have you brought us up out of Mizraim to Mut and Bamidbar? For there is no Lakam and no Ma'im, and our Nephish we loathe this light Lakam.
So now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you brought me up, but I mean, I don't even like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this stuff. I don't like my position. I don't like what it is I'm eating. It just what good is it now? You see how quickly I can go from being delivered. I can go from the fact of I was in Mizraim and these people were going to kill me. They were putting all these hard burdens on me, and now I'm like, you brought me up to do this to me. Like this all you gonna give me? This all I'm gonna get? And that's how a lot of times that's how we look at it in the things that we suffer in this natural life. We look at it and we say, well, oh, why I gotta suffer these things? Because yeah, I delivered you, but I still wanna let's develop a relationship based off of some things you go through. When you were suffering, what did you do? You called on me, and I helped you, and I delivered you. So the thing is all you had to do was keep your relationship with me, and I was going to continue to provide the things you need. That's why he told me, therefore having food and raiment, there would be content. Because the thing is, I'm going to give you what you need. I delivered you from the Mizrahites. I delivered the Canaanites into your hand. You couldn't have done it, but without me. But yet, when a little bit of situation happened, a little bit of time go, you just left from the place where I allowed you to be able to get utter destruction, complete and total destruction, to the people who were against you. And now, instead of you realizing that you really need me, you put yourself in a situation where you against me. How does it make sense that we put ourselves opposite of the person with all power? What am I looking? If you delivered the Canaanites into my hand and I utterly destroyed them, what would happen if I be against you? Utter destruction. It don't even make sense. So the thing is it wouldn't even make sense for us to be surprised when we do certain things and we get certain reactions. What were you expecting to get?
Right.
I utterly destroy the people that's against you because you with me. So when you go and you become against me, I'm gonna utterly destroy you. I'm not gonna lose my power.
Right.
Come on.
Yahuah Shalak fiery Nakash among the
He sent out venomous serpents amongst the
and they bit the so that many of Yasharal moved. So the came to Mushah and said, we have kata, because we have spoken against Yahuah and against you. Palau to Yahuah that he may remove the Nakash from us.
You know the thing is, you know what made them come back and realize they need to be reconciled? Based off the things that they suffered. Yahuah saw fit to say, you know what, because you are now against me, let me put you in a situation where you're going to realize you got to come to me. You got to realize that your help, your deliverance, your salvation got to come through me. And so what do you do?
And Mushah Palau about the Then Yahuah said to Mushah, make yourself a fiery Nakash and set it on a standard.
Who told them to do that?
Then Yahuah said to Mashyach,
Yahuah told him what to do to get that deliverance. He told him to do what?
make yourself a fiery Nakash
Make yourself a venomous serpent.
and set it on a standard.
And put it on a pole.
And it shall come about that everyone who is bitten, when he looks at it, he shall kai.
So now everybody who looks at it, everybody who looks at the thing that caused them to be in destruction, really, I'm going to show you what that really would do. When I look at that fiery serpent, guess what's going to make me understand and realize? It's going to make me realize the power of Yahuah. It's going to make me realize what you'll do if I don't go. So that in itself is going to make me return back to you. When I see that, that's going to make me get a level of fear. If I take it's just like this. It's just like when you see the white people back when they were in the KKK and they had the uniforms on, they had the mask on, the white robe. Guess what? We were afraid like they're going to kill you. So guess what happened when I just saw a hood hanging around, that clan mask and that clan gown on? I would have got fear because I know what happened when I see that.
Right.
So the thing is, that's why he put it there, so that way you can return back to me.
Yeah.
That's what's going to keep you anchored in him. And so, but anyway, go ahead and get me that Yahuah chapter 3 and about verse 14. Listen to the book.
Internet issues.
Okay, internet issues.
All right.
Listen to the book.
And just as Mashyach elevated the Nakash in Bamidbar, so must the Ben of Adam be lifted up.
So just like the serpent was the one that came through to get deliverance to the Yasharal, the same thing gonna happen with Yahusha. When Yahusha comes back and he gets lifted up, when Yahusha was lifted up, guess what he did for us? He began to give us deliverance because we had done things that had caused us to be separated from our true creator, our true master, our true Elohim. So now we had to get something that was gonna come back to reconcile us back to him. Now I know what some people will say. Go ahead and get me Beth Malachim chapter 18. One of the things that sometimes what happened is sometimes I might preach something, preacher might preach something, I might preach something, and sometimes different things just line up to where it just all work out. And one of the things that preacher was just talking about, he talked about Yahusha. He was talking about in the book of Kazum, chapter 1, about verse 14, and he was talking about how he was a brass-colored man. So the thing is, a lot of people started to argue in the TikTok comments, because I'm actually the one that runs that. So I've talked to people on my page and talked to people on the Synagogue page, and sometimes it's the same people, and they don't know. We're having two conversations all with me. But nonetheless, the thing is, what a lot of people will argue is, just in that simple video, a lot of people arguing, well, how you gonna say he's a black man? How you gonna say he's a person of color? Color don't matter. A lot of white people, they're really good about saying that. A lot of times they'll say color don't matter when you find out what the color is. Right. But when it was a white man, nobody said, well, no, we're not worried about the color. Forget what color he is. I just love him because he's my savior. I just love him for what he did. Nobody talk about that. Nobody talk about it. It's just, hey, you just accept it because that's what you were given. So now when I show you that this is what is biblically given to you, now it's the color don't matter. Really, why we had that? Well, let me see. If it wasn't important, why did he give it to you? If it wasn't of value, why would he give it to you? Because the thing is it wasn't just for the fact of telling you that he was a black man, but it was because things line up. Matter of fact, get me that Kazum. They call it the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14. You can hold that Beth Malachim. A lot of people don't realize he didn't give us anything for no reason. I said it the other week about how nothing happens for no reason. Not only does nothing happen for no reason, there was nothing that had happened prior to that was for no reason. Because he just told us in Romans chapter 15 and verse 4 that whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our lament. So the things that happened before, they were written to teach us. Just like the experiences and things that we had before, they were written to teach us. Had Yasharal kept in their mind what Yahuah had done for them before, guess they would have never did. They would have never turned against them because I know what you'll do. Right. You just did it for me. Right. Why would it make sense? But the thing is we have a short-term memory for Yahuah. We have a long-term memory to the things that we suffer because and when you're in it, it's like it ain't gonna never end. It's been so long, but when he gives us that deliverance, it's short-term. Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, he did that, but now I got to do this. It's like, well, why don't you look at what I did for you right here? That's right. Why don't you let that be the greatest hold to you? Come on, give me that Kazum. They call it Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. Listen to the book.
His head and his hair were white like wool, as white made as snow.
White as snow.
And his were as flame of fire, a flame of fire. And from his regal were like burnished bronze, as if were refined in a furnace.
What color was it?
His regal were like burnished bronze. His
feet were like burnt brass. Just like the color of bronze. It was a burnt work. Guess what? So if I'd have had a black, he told Mashyach to make him a serpent, right? So, and when I'd have made the bottom of it, the feet of it, or the tail of it, I didn't really have feet, but the tail, if the tail of the serpent was one color, then what would the rest of it have been? It had to be the same color. So the thing is, I'm trying to get you to be able to understand Ruachni things based off of natural situations, natural things that you naturally have been given. And people say, well, they were like, well, yeah, well, you know, how you gonna say that? That was something that he would reveal later on. So you gonna say he was like that walking the earth? Well, let's see. Let's look at this. When Yahusha was born, who was seeking his life? Herod. Thank you. I'm telling you, you gotta do better, brother. Appreciate that end. Herod was seeking his life. So what did they do with him? They hid him. Where did they hide him at? They hid him in Mizraim. So you telling me they took this little white baby and said, let's go hide him with the niggas? Right. Let's go hide him with these black people, and he's not, and nobody gonna know. That's the same thing that happened with Mashyach. That have made as much sense as Mashyach being a white man, and he was able to go and hide amongst the Mizraim. Right. The thing is Mashyach, he was born as a baby, right? And his mother put him in the Ma'im to hide him. So who got him out of the Ma'im? Pharaoh's daughter. And she took him, and then guess what happened? So she took him, so she had to say, okay, well, if I feel like I can get away with hiding this baby, he got to look at least something like me, at least in the skin color. So the Mizraite said, okay, well, we can take it, we can hide him. But what did she do before she kept him to herself? She said, let me give him back to his mama. So he went back with his mama and then went back to them. So you had to realize this, I have to at least have some resemblance to all these people so I can blend in with the Mizraites and I can blend in with the Abary. Yeah. How can I do that unless we all the same color? Unless we were all with these colored people. Right. Come on. Matt, go ahead and give me that Beth Malachim chapter 18 and verse 1. Because I know what they'll say. They'll say, well, matter of fact, we'll read it because we'll see how it go. Yes, sir. Listen to the book.
And it came about in the third Shana of Yahusha, the ben of Allah, Malak of Yasharal, that Chaziyah, the ben of Ahaz, Malak of Yehuda, became Malak. He was 25 shanim old when he became Malak, and he reigned 29 shanim in Jerusalem, and his aim Shem was Abi, the Bath of Zechariah, and he did Yashar in the of Yahuah.
What's that Yashar? That's upright. Right. He did that which was upright in the sight of Yahuah. Come on.
According to all that his Abba, Daud, had done. He removed the high Malchum and broke down the sacred pillars and cut down the groves. He broke in pieces the bronze Nakash that Mashyach had made. For until those Yamim were the Beni of Yasharal burning incense to it, and he called it Nakushtin.
He called it the brassing thing. So the thing is, I know what people are trying to say, they're like, well, if that's the case, if Yahusha was that burnt serpent, then really he was an idol. So we shouldn't have been worshiping him anyway because he destroyed it. Okay, let's see. Why did he destroy it? What did the brass serpent do? Yeah, you can read it again.
He removed the high.
What that, verse 4?
Yes, sir.
Listen to the book, verse 4.
He removed the high Malchum and broke down the sacred pillars and cut down the groves. He broke in pieces the bronze Nakash that Mashyach had made.
He broke in pieces the bronze Nakash, the bronze serpent that Mashyach had made.
For until those Yamim
the serpent was doing something.
For until those Yamim were the Beni of Yasharal burning incense to it.
The thing is what people I know people are trying to say. People are trying to say, well, something was wrong with the brass serpent. Why would Yahushua try to pattern the brass serpent if the brass serpent was wrong? Let's see. What was the brass serpent given for them to do? To heal them, right? To help them, to be an aid to them. So and what did the people do at verse 5?
He trusted in Yahuah, the all of Yasharal.
Verse 4, excuse me.
Yes, sir. He removed the high Malchum and broke down the sacred pillars and cut down the groves. He broke in pieces the bronze Nakash that Mashyach had made, for until those Yamim were the Beni of Yasharal burning incense to it.
Guess what? Mashyach never told them, hey, listen, go and burn incense to him. What was you supposed to do with it? You were supposed to look on it. He never told you to go and burn incense unto it. So the thing is, there was never a problem with the brass serpent because this was given to be a help to you. The problem came in to be with you. Right. So I destroyed your help. Now your help is gone. So now you got to come back to me again. That's the thing. So the thing is, I know what people are trying to do. People are trying to say, well, how everything line up. But that's just because you don't understand does not mean it doesn't work. That just means you don't understand. That's the purpose. So you need to come in and be taught so you can see just exactly how everything works. Now, how I can show you and verify that was the case, get me Uwala Shemut chapter 32 and verse 1. The thing is the whole book makes a lot of sense. You just got to be able to be honest enough. And a lot of time when people look at it and they read it, you do one or two things. Either one, they'll look at it and they'll look at it for their own ambitions. You look at it with the goal of, I want to be able to see something. A lot of time what happens is realistically, whether you're looking for something right or looking for something wrong, it's enough in there where you'll find what it is you're looking for. Yeah. But the thing is, it comes down to where your honesty of heart is, where your lob is.
That's right.
If your lob is desiring of something that's wrong, you're going to keep going until you find something to justify your wrong. Right. But if you desire of that which is right, you're going to keep going in your endeavor till you find just what exactly it is he's giving me. Mm-hmm. What is it that's right? What is it that can help me and deliver me from my situation? Come on, that U'Allah Shemut, chapter 32.
Now, when the saw that Mashyach delayed to come down from the Har, mm-hmm. the assembled about Aharun and said to him, mm-hmm. Come, make us mighty ones, mm-hmm. who shall...
Matter of fact, see, it did it again. Once again, what was it that happened with the people in the early on? What was it that they were doing? They had begun to become impatient. Mm-hmm. They had begun to be sick of waiting. Mm-hmm. Same thing happened right now. Same thing happened. The thing is what happens is we, and this actually was before, but nonetheless, the same thing that keeps happening with us is we become impatient. We are an impatient people. That's why he said, wait, I say on Yahuah and be of what? Be of good courage. Because guess what's going to happen if I lose my courage and I stop waiting? I'm going to go out there and start seeking things that's right here with me. Why am I going to wait on him? I just say, well, up. What they told him? Do what? Up and do what?
Which verse?
Should be verse 2.
Yes, sir.
32 and 2. Oh. 31 and 2. Or 32 and 1, excuse me.
Okay. Now, when the saw that Mashyach delayed to come down from the Har, mm-hmm. the assembled about Aharun and said to him, mm-hmm. Come, make us mighty ones.
They begin to be impatient. Why am I'm tired of waiting on this. Give me something that's right here. Just like we read before about Yaakov. They had to go up to Bethel. Guess what? They're like, hey man, we tired of waiting on Mashyach to come back. We tired of waiting on that. Just give us something right here, and this will be our Elohim. Come on.
Who shall go before us? Mm-hmm. For as for this Mashyach, the Ish who brought us up from the Arats of Mizraim, mm-hmm. we do not yada what has become of him.
Man, I want to know what happened to this man. Man, he been gone so long, I don't know where he at. Come on.
Aharun said to them, tear off your gold rings, mm-hmm. which are in the ears of your Nashim, your Bani, and your Banuth, mm-hmm. and bring them to me. Mm-hmm. Then all the tore off the gold rings, which were in their ears, and brought them to Aharun. Mm-hmm. He took it from their yard and fashioned it with a gravening tool and made it a molten calf. Mm-hmm. And they said, This are your mighty ones, O Yasharal, who brought you up from the Arats of Mizraim.
Mm-hmm. What verse you at?
Verse 5 now.
Drop down and give me verse 10. Let's see if we can't condense the time a little bit. Listen.
Now let me alone, that my anger may burn against them, and that I may destroy them. They have quickly turned aside from the Darak which I amar them. Mm-hmm. They have made for themselves a molten calf, and have shakah it, and have sacrificed to it, and said, This is your mighty ones, O Yasharal, who mm-hmm. brought you up from the Arats of Mizraim.
You know what, really, if you think about it, when they had the rings, he never had a problem with them when they first had the rings and stuff. It was only when they took that thing and they started sacrificing, they started making it their idols. They started offering sacrifices to it. They started worshiping these things. Come on.
Yahuah said to Mashyach, I have seen this arm, mm-hmm. and behold, they are a stiff-necked arm.
Stiff-necked arm. They're stiff-necked because they won't turn.
Now then, let me alone, that my anger may burn against them, mm-hmm. and that I may destroy them, mm-hmm. and I shall make of you a Gadol Gui.
So if he was going to destroy them, what kind of destruction they were going to have? They were going to have an utter destruction. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Then Mashyach entreated before Yahuah his all, and said, O Yahuah, mm-hmm. why does your anger burn against your arm, who you have brought out from the Arats of Mizraim, mm-hmm. with Gadol power and with a mighty yod? Mm-hmm. Why should the Mizrite speak, saying, with Rosha intent he brought them out to kill them in the Harim, mm-hmm. and to destroy them from the Pani of the Arats?
If you kill them all, they're going to say you can't do it, Yahuah. They're going to say that you just brought them out here so you can make utter destruction of them. Come on.
Turn from the heat of your anger and regret over the Rosha to your arm.
That man was trying to get Yahuah to turn from his anger.
Zakar, Abraham, Yasakak, and Yasharal, your Abadim, to whom you Shabbat to them by yourself, and said to them, I shall multiply your Tuledah as the Kukabim of Shamayim, and all the Sarats of which I have spoken, I shall give to your Tuledah, and they shall inherit it alone.
I think I might have had you skip it. What was it, verse 6, where he had him to break the tablets? I think it might be verse 6. Is it 32 and 6? I tell you, give me 32 and 5. We'll work it out. Listen.
Now when Aharun saw this, he built an altar before it, and Aharun Kara and said, tomorrow shall be a muhad to Yahuah. So they rose early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought shalom offerings, and the sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. Then Yahuah spoke to Moshe, come, go down at once, for your who you brought up from the Arats of Mizraim have corrupted themselves.
The people that you brought up, they've corrupted themselves. They've gone back. You cleaned these people, and now they have gone back to corrupt themselves once again.
They have quickly turned aside from the Darak which I amar them.
They done turned aside from the Darak that I have amar them. The way that I've commanded them to go, they done turned aside from it. So the reason why he came through and destroyed it later on is because the people had now corrupted themselves with the thing. The thing that I gave to be a help to you, you corrupted yourself with it. Get me verse 18.
But he said, it is not the sound of a sayak of...
Oh, make it 17.
Yes, sir.
We're getting there now. I'm in the book.
Now when Yahusha was Shama, the call of the as they shouted, he said to Moshe, there is a call of war in the camp.
He said, it's a noise.
But he said, it is not the call or the cry of a triumph, nor is it the call.
It's not the one of triumph, nor is it what?
Nor is it the call or the cry of defeat.
Not the one of defeat.
But the call of singing Ashama.
It's the sound of singing. Like Kev say, I just like the sound.
It came about as he came to the camp that he saw the calf and the dancing, and the anger of Moshe burned, and he threw the tablets from his yard and shattered them at the regal of the har.
He threw the people.
No. And he threw the tablets from his yard.
No!
I'm sorry.
Listen.
And he threw the tablets from his yard and shattered them at the regal of the har.
He threw the tablets, and not just threw them, but he shattered them. That's the same thing that he did with the brass thing. He shattered the thing. And why did the tablets get shattered? Because the tablets were wrong?
No.
It was because of the people.
That's right.
But let's see how that worked. Now that it's wrong, so why would we go back and do it again? Let's see. Give me 34th chapter of the book of U'Allah Shemu, 34:1. The thing is, even we probably won't have time, but even if you look at it in the 15th chapter of the book of 1 Corinthians, it tells you about how through one man death came. So he had to also, by man, bring forth life. So the thing is what he was trying to show us is listen what I do. The same way that those fiery serpents, those poisonous, those venomous serpents went through and they bit the arm, I'm going to use that same thing to reconcile them back to me. The same thing that got him sick, I'm going to use it to heal him. So the same thing he did with man, he used by a natural man, Adam, came for a sin. That man took on sin and it passed through and it passed down from death to death. Now we all take on that same death. So we had to use another man to come forth to give us all life. Go ahead and give me that 34:1.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
Now Yahuah said to Moshe, cut out for yourself two stone tablets.
Who told him to do it?
Yahuah said to Moshe, cut out for yourself
Yahuah told him to do it.
2 stone tablets, like the first ones. And I shall...
Like what?
Like the first ones.
Why would we do that? Why would he make it like the first ones? Because he destroyed that. Was there something wrong with that, or was there something wrong with the people? So that's the thing. The reason why he destroyed that first fiery serpent that he put on the pole, I'm going to use that same thing to get you back. Because it wasn't nothing wrong with it. Something wrong with you. Come on.
And I shall katab on the tablets the dabarim that were on the first tablets which you shattered. So
I'm going to write something different.
I shall katab on the tablets, the dabarim that
I'm
were
gonna
on.
write on those tablets the exact same thing. So the thing is, what we got to understand is when he put that first fiery serpent on there, that was a brassen serpent, that brassen thing. I'm gonna use that same brassen man that was gonna have to become that Nakash, that serpent, to reconcile you. I'm not gonna make it nothing different. I'm not gonna find a new pattern. I'm not gonna find a new mold. I'm gonna mold it the same way. Cause how did the first one get made? Who told Mashyach to do it? Yahuah told him to do it. Yahuah told him, not only did he tell him what to do, he told him how to do it. He told you to fashion it and form. He told you to put it on there, and then what did he tell him to do? He told him to put it up on a pole, on that wooden pole, on that wooden stake for the arm. Not because was Mashyach bitten? No, he was still alive. But guess what happened? Some of those that were bitten, guess what happened? They didn't take on life. They died. Yeah. Some of them died. So the thing is now we have all taken on death through the things that we have gone through and committed. Sin has been passed down from generation to generation. Just like he told you that he visited the Kataim, which is the sins of the father, upon who? Benim. Upon the Benim, upon the son. So the thing is, we might say, well, how you gonna say I was bit by the serpent? Okay, well, I both they were bitten. Your fathers were bitten. So where that's gonna put you at? That's gonna put you at a point of moot. So now what are you gonna need to be reconciled back so you can maintain life? You're going to need that same serpent. You're going to need to behold that same serpent. Go ahead and get me that Yahuah chapter 3 and verse 14.
And just as Mashyach elevated the Nakash in Bamar, so must the Ben of Adam be lifted up.
Just like I used that first serpent to reconcile you, just like I used that first serpent to heal you, the Ben gonna have to be lifted up in the same similitude, in the same fashion, just like how we had the first tablets and the second was made like what? The first. Just like the first one. I want you to form it out. I want you to formulate it. I want you to sculpt it out, and I want you to write it the exact same way. Don't change nothing. Do everything just according to the pattern. That's right. Come on.
So that everyone among in him should not perish, but rather they shall kai alam kai.
So the thing is now we have to look at what now where does our what's going to be our hold up in that? Now that we know that the serpent bit them, and how were they able to escape that death? By doing what? Looking upon them. So how many of y'all done seen Yahusha? So how that's going to help you? You're going to have to look upon the word. Come on, Jahi with me. See, he with me. Now, you know what? It was bouncing, and now you here with me. Get me Yahuah chapter 20 and verse 1. Because the thing is now that puts us in a situation where we're like, okay, well, how can I see him? How can I behold that brass one? How can I behold him and take on that healing? That's gonna have to be through the word, because the thing is what happened was they first had that physical thing they could look at, and even the people that were there when they saw Yahusha, they had to look on him. But let's matter of fact, go ahead, that'll help me out. 20 and 1. Listen to the book.
And it came to pass on the one of the Shabbats, as it turned toward morning, while it was still Kashak.
Dawning towards the first day. Whew. Come on. Sorry about that.
While it was still Kashak, Marim Magdaleth came to the Kabar and saw and beheld that the Aban was removed from the Kabar.
So it was dawning towards the first day, but it was still what? It was still Kashak. So what was it that they were looking for? I'm looking for the light. I'm looking for that light to come up. Come on.
She ran and came to Kuf and to the other Talmud who Yahushua Ahab, and said to them, behold, they have taken the Adon from the Kabar.
And they done took him.
And we do not yada where they have put him.
And we don't know where he at. We don't know where that brass one at now. They done took him. What? Cause that's okay. We'll take too much time. Go ahead, keep reading.
Kuf left alone with the other Talmud, and they went to the Kabar. Both of them ran together, but the other Talmudim ran faster, past Kuf, and came to the Kabar first.
Isn't that where we're going to go? But listen, how fast are you running towards something that's going to heal you? How fast are you moving? The thing is, why do you think he would have outran them? I'm running that much harder. Who are we going to go see? We were looking for our done. We were looking for that healer. We were looking for that one because we knew what we were going to get when he was raised up. So that because of what was in him, he ran faster. It's not a lot of times what happened is sometimes you'll have people who might be a little bit faster than other people in natural situations, but sometimes it doesn't go just off of who's the fastest, but how bad you want it.
That's right.
How much you running with. Come on.
And he peered inside and saw the burial garments lying there, but he did not enter. Cuff came after him. He entered into the tomb and saw the burial garments lying there. The scarf that had been on his head was not lying beside the burial garments. Instead, it was folded up by itself in one malkum. The other Talmudim came to the Kubar first, and he also entered. He saw in Aman, for they did not yet benah the Kitab that he was surely Zarak from among the Moot.
They did not do what?
For they did not yet understand the Kitab that he was surely Zarak from among the Moot.
They didn't understand. They didn't understand, and they didn't know that he was going to have to be raised up from the Moot. Because let me ask you this: the first serpent that deceived Adam and Kaur, what did he do with that serpent? What did Yahuah do to that serpent? He cursed him and put him on his belly, so he was down. But guess what? Now I'm looking for him to be up. What were they looking at? They weren't looking. Oh, come on, where he at? He up here. Where is he at? Oh no, I'm peering down because this is where I know him to be at. But guess what? He was gonna be. He was gonna be lifted up. Come on. Listen.
The Talmudim returned and went to their bed. Marim stood outside the Kubar, and she wept. And it happened as she wept, she peered into the Kubar.
The reason why she wept, because she didn't see him. She like, I don't know where he's at. I know that we believe that he's gonna be the one, but we can't. I don't see him. Where is he? And that's where we at, because we don't see him. We looking for him, but we can't naturally see him. But let's see how we can find him.
She saw two Malaki wearing white sitting in the Malkum where they had put the body of Yahusha there.
She saw two messengers.
One at his head and one at his regal. They said to her, Asha, why are you weeping? She said to them, because they have taken my Adon away from here, and I do not yada where they put him.
They done took the serpent, and we don't know where they put him.
And it came to pass, when she finished saying this, she turned behind her and saw and beheld Yahushua standing there. But she did not yada that he was Yahushua.
She knew when she saw him? She did. She didn't even recognize it. She didn't realize your healing is right here. That's what your problem is. Your healing is right here, but you don't even realize it. It's right before your face, and you don't even recognize it. Your eyes are so blinded. The only way you're going to take on the healing is by seeing it. But if I don't know what it is that I'm seeing, if it's blinded by me, then did I really see it? No, the wool got to be poured off of me. That's why in the book of Oriyah, chapter 24, verse 44, what did Yahusha do for him? Then he opened their understanding that they might do what? They might understand the Kitta beam. Because the thing is, what did it say? What did it say early on? They said they did not yet know what? They didn't yet know the Kitta beam. They didn't know that he was going to have to get up from the moot. Right. So the thing is without that understanding, without that knowledge, regardless of what it is that you see, you still blinded. I can show it to you, but guess what? Unless the blinded is really off of your mind, you still blind. It's not going to help you.
That's right.
Matter of fact, you more blind than the man that can't see.
That's right.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's true. Yahushua said to her, Asha, why are you weeping?
Why are you weeping, woman?
Whom are you seeking?
Who are you seeking?
She thought him to be the guard of the gun. So she said to him, my Adon, if you have carried him from here, please tell me where you have laid him.
If you done took that brass serpent, the one that was up on that pole of wood, if you done hit him somewhere, tell me where you put him. Tell me where he's at. And what did he say to her?
And I shall take him from there.
And I'll take him from there, because we all looking for him. This is the one we looking for now. Everybody running, we trying to get there. Come on.
Yahushua said to her,
what did he say?
Marim. And she turned and said to him, Ra'ah, that Muray, that is Muray. Yahushua said to her, do not touch me, for I have still not ascended to Abi.
Don't touch me.
Please go to my Akim and tell them, I am ascending to Abi and your Abba, and to my all and your all. Marim Magdalene came and told the Talmudim about whom she had seen the Adon, and what he had spoken this to her. And it came to pass on that Yom, which was the one of the Shabbats, at the time of evening, when the doors were closed in the bed, where the Talmudim were there, for Yahweh of the Yahudim, Yahushua came and stood among them and said to them, Shalom be with you.
Oh man, the serpent right there with him now. The one that we looking for, we were first running and searching to find him, but now he done came to us. Come on. And what did he give him?
After saying this, he showed them his yard and his side.
Oh man. So now they're seeing?
And the Talmudim rejoiced when they saw the Adon.
Oh man, you know what? They rejoiced. How many of us are rejoicing because they saw? How did that help us? Come on.
Once more, Yahushua said to them, Shalom be with you.
Yahusha said, Shalom be with us.
Be with you,
Be with them. Interesting. Come on.
just as the Abba has shalak me, so I am shalak you.
So who was it that told Mashyach to make that brazen serpent?
Yahuwah.
Yahuah told me to do that. And now Yahusha telling us, well, guess what? I didn't make myself. Yahuah done shalak me. Yahuah the one that done sent me down.
That's right.
Come on.
After saying this, he breathed on them and said to them, take for yourself the Ruach HaKadosh. And it shall be that all of those whose kata you forgive shall be forgiven to them.
You know what? Matter of fact, you know what? That serpent, guess what? How that serpent killed you? He had to bite you. You only got the moot based off of what was in him. But guess what this serpent got for you? He got life in him. He breathed on him and he said, receive what? He said, receive you the Ruach HaKadosh. That's how they got their power, because now I got a new serpent. It's not a poison to moot, but now it's one that can give me life. Come on.
And it shall be that all those who kataim you forgive shall be forgiven to them, and those whom you condemn shall be condemned. Tumah, who is Kara Didymus, one of the 12, had not been in their midst when Yahushua entered.
He was with them.
Had not been in their midst when Yahushua entered.
And the room that they were in, what were the doors?
Closed.
They were closed. So if you were outside of the room, what were you going to see? You weren't going to see nothing because the doors were closed. That's the same way as your eyes being closed. The eyes is blinded. Just like when the door's closed, you can't see nothing. You can't see what's in it. When your eyes are closed, you can't see what's out. Come on.
The rest of the Talmudim told him about it, saying,
You know, hold on one second. This is a random thought in my mind. I got a question for you. When your eyes are closed, do you not see nothing, or do you just see blackness because of your eyelids? I don't know. Questions to ask. Come on.
The rest of the Talmudim told him about it, saying, we have surely seen the Adon.
They said, we done surely seen that brazen thing.
He said to them, if I do not see the wound marks of the nails in his yard,
He said, what?
if I do not see the wound marks of the nails in his yard, put my finger on the malchum of the nails, and put my hand on his side, I shall not amon.
He said, well, unless I see him, I don't believe. Because y'all believe because you seen him. Why didn't he believe? Because he hadn't seen it. He was still waiting on his almunah to be confirmed. Come on.
And it came to pass at the end of 8 Yamim, his Talmudim were in the Beth a second time, and Tumah was with them. Yahushua entered, and yet the doors were closed.
Once again, Yahushua did enter, and the doors are closed.
He stood among them and said, Shalom to you.
Shalom to you.
After that, he said to Tumah, extend your finger here and look at my yard. Reach your yard here and place it into my side.
So guess what? Not only had that brazen thing appeared to him, he can see him. Here, touch me, handle me. Look right there. That's the one. That's the hole in my side. That's the one in my hands. You see it? Yep. You believe now because you see it. Come on.
Do not let your amunah be lacking, but rather aman.
Don't let your belief be shaken, but rather aman, because you see. Now, because I see, I don't have any reason to doubt. That's the thing. When we look at that tick for that chord, the hope. Hope is something that you're waiting on something to happen. I'm waiting on my hope to be fulfilled. I'm waiting on my belief to be assured. That's just like us. We look at, okay, what'll happen if you live right? You obtain eternal life. So the thing is, how do you know? You don't. I believe that based upon the writings, and I'll know for sure when my amunah is confirmed. That's going to be when it's fulfilled, when I actually see it, when I actually receive it. So now for Thomas, he was able to see it. So his amunah was confirmed based off of what he saw and what he felt. Come on.
Tumah answered and said to him, my Adon and my all.
My Adon and my all.
Yahushua said to him, because you have seen me, you are mine.
Because you see, you are mine. You take on your belief because of what you see. But what do you say?
Baraka are they who are mine, yet do not see.
Baraka are who?
They who are mine, yet do not see.
So now he's telling me what? He's telling me that now my healing from that brazen serpent not just going to come from me seeing, but me doing what? But me believing. I got to believe on that brazen thing. I got to believe on what he can do. And now what'll happen? Go ahead and get me back at that third chapter of the book of Uganon. Chapter 3, verse 14. Yahusha told him, Baraka are those who don't see and yet among. Baraka are those who haven't seen the serpent. I don't have to come through and keep saying, hey, let me stay on this pole. So that's why when people keep walking around and they walk around with their cross, with their Jesus bowed on like this, for what? What Baraka you going to get for this? Matter of fact, destroy this because this is really not going to help you. It's got to be more than just what you see. If your belief is only fixated based off of what you can physically see with your eyes, you're going to be limited because it's going to be some situations where you're going to have to endure. You're going to have to wait. You know why they went and corrupted themselves and they waiting on Mashyach to come down? Because they said, we don't know where he is. They couldn't see him. The reason why they turned against Yahuah and started blaspheming against Yahuah and Mashyach was because they couldn't see the food no more. They couldn't see what it is that they wanted to see. So now their belief was shaken. But what did he tell them? He said, let not your will not be shaken. Baraka are those that do what? That don't see yet among. That's me. So that's why when they came and they saw Yahusha behind the doors, guess what that did for them? They began to be able to take on a gift. Now, go ahead and give me that 3 and 14. Let's see what that gift is.
Yes, sir. And just as Mashyach elevated the Nakash and Bamidbar,
Just like it, the same way he did the first one, he gonna do the second one. Come on.
so must the Ben of Adam be lifted up.
He might do it.
Must,
He got to do it. He got to do it. He got to be lifted up. And let's see what'll happen when he be lifted up.
so that everyone among in him should not
So that
perish,
everyone that believed on him should not perish, but do what?
but rather they shall
But
Kai,
rather they should have Kai alone. That way they can have eternal life. Guess what's going to happen if I got bitten? I was going to die. But guess what's going to happen when I see that brass and serpent? I was going to live. And guess what? When they saw that one, guess what was still going to happen to him? Eventually, you're going to come back. You still going to die.
Yeah.
But guess what happened when we behold Yahusha? When we behold him through the Kitabim. When we behold him through the writings. Because the thing is, it's no longer about just seeing him with our eyes, but seeing him with our minds, believing on him. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, the only reason why I would go and look for that serpent would be because what? Because I believe that it can be a help to me. I believe that it can help me, it can deliver me from my situation. I believe it's a Yasha to me. But guess what? Now why am I trying to behold Yahushua? Is because what? Because I believe he can deliver me. I believe he's got power in his hand to help me. I believe that I can take on life. How? Through him. And guess what happened when they saw Yahushua and behind the door? Guess what did they receive when he breathed on them? The Ruach HaKodesh. Get me that Yahuah 5 and 39. Matter of fact, what is it, 737? Matter of fact, get both of them. Get both of them. Give me 539 first. Yahuah. They call it the book of John. Thank you, Yahuah, for the word. Listen to the book.
search the Ketubim.
Search what?
The Ketubim.
Search the Kitabim.
In which you say that you have in them Alam Kai.
You think you got life through these writings.
They testify about me.
This was all about me. You thought this was going to help you? That was all about me. I was trying to get you to understand what I came to do. I was trying to tell you why I'm so important to you. I'm trying to tell you why you need to be beholding me. You know what EU said he was going to behold? He was going to behold him and not another. He was looking to behold Yahuah. Guess how I can see Yahuah? Through Yahusha, because he came and he patterned, he was the fulfillment of Yahuwah's word. Mm-hmm. In the beginning was the word, and the word was? What was with Elohim, and the word was?
Elohim.
Okay, and then Yahusha told you that he was what? He was the word.
That's right.
So guess what? When I saw him, what did I see?
Elohim.
I saw Elohim. So now I'm looking to behold him and not another. But how do I see him? In his physical presence?
No, sir.
I see him through the word. Give me that, what is 737, your book, Yahuah 9. Listen to the book.
And it came to pass on the last Yom, the Gadol Yom of the Muad, Yahushua stood and Yahweh out, saying, if anyone
He was
thirsts,
sitting down.
Yahushua stood.
He was laying down.
stood.
He stood. Once again, he kept trying to tell you, I got to come up. You know what, matter of fact, at the 12th chapter of the book of Yahuah 9, you know what he said? He said, if I be lifted up, what I do?
Draw all men.
I'll draw all men. You know why all men will come to me? Because they won't life, because they realize that they dead. The reason why you won't come is because you don't realize your situation. If you realize your situation and you knew what I could do, guess what you'll do? You will come to me. It only makes sense. I'm the life giver. Come to where the life is. Come on.
Yahushua stood and Yahweh out, saying,
He stood up and he cried out with a loud voice. And what did he say?
if anyone thirsts,
If anybody thirsts, let them do what?
come to me and drink.
You know what? We're going all over the place. But guess what? Guess what Shamshun did after he had gotten so much deliverance? Guess what he had did? He cried out. You know why? Because he was thirsty. He thirsted for something. Come on. Why won't you cry? Are you thirsty? Are you thirsty for the word? Just like as the deer panteth for the Mayim, so my nefesh long for Yahuah, my soul long for Yahuah. What are you thirsty for? Here, you want some tea? I can give you that. Now I'm coming to give you the word. I'm trying to give you something that can really help you. If I drink this tea, I'm going to get thirsty again. But guess what happens if I drink that, if I take on that ruach, if I take on that word? How thirsty I'm going to get, Lee?
One who among in me,
One who believes in me.
as the Kitab said,
Just like the writings, as they seen.
as the Kitab said,
Like they see with their eyes.
as the Kitab said.
One that believes, just like the writing said.
Yes, sir.
What you see with your eyes is going to soon be done away. But what I believe according to the word, that's going to abide forever and ever. That's why he said forever, O Elohim. That word is what? It's settled in Shamayim. You know why? Because it ain't going to never change. That one right there, ain't no man going to destroy it. Ain't no man going to do away with this one. This one was going to buy the lamb. Come on. And matter of fact, if you take on the word, guess what you'll do? You'll abide the lamb. Come on.
From his belly shall flow
Out of his belly was going to flow Naharim, rivers of what?
Kai Ma'im.
Rivers of living Mayim, rivers of living water. The natural things that you drink, it only can do so much for you. Just like the natural things you see, it can only do so much for you. But guess what I got through the word? Living Mayim. Come on.
He said this about the Ruach, that those who among in him who would receive,
That those who saw him,
among in him.
that those who among on him, what did he just tell us at the 20th chapter of the book of Yuganan? Baraka are those that do what? That don't see, but yet what? But yet believe. This is what he was going to give to those that believe. This is what guess what? All of those that saw behind the door, what did he give them? He gave them the Ruach HaKodesh because they saw, because their belief was fulfilled. Now they got to attain the Ruach HaKodesh. He breathed on them. He breathed on them and they received something. And now because of what they received, they were able to do what? Take on power. He gave them power to do certain things. Come on.
Because the Ruach was not given before Yahushua was Pa'ar.
He was not yet glorified. He was telling them what they were going to get, but they couldn't get it until what? Until that brazen serpent was raised up on that pole. So the thing is, matter of fact, jump back over and get me Yochanan 3 and 14. We'll close it out there. Listen to the book.
And just as Mashyach elevated the Nakash and Bamidbar, so must the Ben of Adam be lifted up, so that everyone among in him should not perish, but rather they shall Kai Alam Kai.
What I never want to do, I never want to just come before you and just give you information to give you information. I want to be able to give you information prevalent to salvation, information, something that you can really use as a tool to be able to help you obtain eternal life. Read that last verse again for me.
Yes, sir. So that everyone among in him should not perish.
So when you ask, well, what's the purpose of us even knowing that? What's the value? Okay, yeah, so what? So what? He patterned the brazen serpent. So what? He was just like the brazen serpent that was fixed on the pole, and all men had to see him. What does that do for me?
But rather they shall Kai Alam Kai.
It's so that way you'll believe. So that way you'll be able to obtain Kai. You won't be moot. You won't receive the moot. That just like that those who were bitten received, that those who didn't look on the serpent, they didn't get life. He didn't say, hey, I'm going to take you back up from the dead. Only the living were able to take on the opportunity. So right now, while you're living, though you have been bitten, you are in a situation where death is upon me. Moot is the next thing that I can give, because according to the book of Abary, chapter 9 and 27, he said that is what? As it is appointed unto man wants to do what? Wants to moot. How did we get moot? Based off of what? Based off of sin. So the only reason why we're going to be down is because that we took on what? So it's safe to say that we were bitten. Safe to say we were bitten, right? Okay. And after this, the what? The Mashpat. So the Mashyach was once what? Matter of fact, you know what he told me he was? He was once offered. Once. I don't put him on the pole once and for all. So now you have an opportunity to avoid the appointment. Matter of fact, you have an opportunity to be able to dictate, after I get to this appointment, where do I go afterwards? After I get that judgment, where do I go? Because he's coming back for you. And if you're not ready when he come back, guess what? You're going to burn in the lake of fire. Go ahead and finish me up at that third chapter of the book of Yuchanan.
So that everyone among in him should not perish, but rather they shall Kai Alam Kai.
What I have done today is I've given you information prevalent to salvation. I've given you an opportunity to be able to take on life. It's on you to take off the blindness of your mind and receive it. So that way you can do what, Chris?
Receive Rather, they shall kai alam kai.
So you can live in Lam Kai and do what?
For Elohim ahab the alam with an abundant ahaba.
14 again.
What else? 15 again?
15 again.
Yes, sir. So that everyone among in him should not perish, but rather
You now have an opportunity to avoid perishing. You got to die, but you don't have to get that what? That utter destruction.
Right.
When your day of Mashyach comes, you have the opportunity of trying to say, guess what? I don't want that utter destruction, so I'm going to do something different. I'm going to avoid the things that bring forth damnation. But you got to die. I got to be judged, but I don't have to be completely destroyed. Just like we talked about that, how that word meant that utter destruction. You got a chance to avoid that, or you got a chance to get it. It's up to you to choose it. Come on.
but rather they shall kai alam kai.
But rather they shall kai, live eternal life. And that's what you got an opportunity to do. While you're still alive, while you still got breath in your body, you got a chance to get it right. Don't let it be in vain. Look on them through the word. Yahuah, that's my time. How do you, Yahuah?
All right.
You are listening to Dr. Evie.